All right, campers, welcome to the most normal Chainsaw Man chapter ever. Um, totally. I feel great. I'm fresh out of a shower, all clean, all sparkly clean. That's all you need to know. But most importantly, we got right into more silly shenanigans with Chainsaw Man. Apologies about like this being delayed, by the way. It's been a start to the week. Now, um, we got running away, right? We got Yoru and Denji just kind of almost having this adorable little stroll, kind of. Fumiko and Yoshida, I don't know what they do, maybe a ton of hate sex. Not gonna explore that any more than it needs to be, but we can shoot fucking holes worth of like guns. Holes worth of guns. Like basically with the bang, and I hope Denji's not like super, super traumatized by it at this point because of how many times um Asa Yoru's done it at this point with the bangs, but it's fine. Maybe. Now, we got murder in the form of that when we're able to kind of like bang people and not in a fucking way. Um, kablamo, right? Like, oh, you want pot stickers, which I didn't realize is probably just a translated thing for dumplings. I thought they were different things. You probably don't care that I'm thinking or like working this out right now, but yeah. I also realized I didn't have headphones in, but I don't really need headphones in if I just. Anyway, we're getting distracted. Dating Denji Arc 2. Very, very interesting development, right? Um, I clever from the what's it called? Clever from Fujimoto in the way he framed the last chapter, where it seemed like it was just pointed at um Yoshida like altogether. But I like this. I really like this. It like I've said this so many times with Chainsaw Man. You never know what you're gonna get. Complete. I don't get the box of chocolates thing. Forrest Gump, you know, I watched you in Chicago. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, if I'm buying Hershey's chocolate, there better be Hershey's chocolate in there. Anyway, back to dating Denji. Um, Forcible, lunch reservations. That was pretty cool, pretty interesting. Put a hole through that guy as well, but I think once they were able to kind of settle down and those, to me, I don't know if I'm actually gonna do this, but like with the thumbnail or something, we'll see. We'll see. You'll see the thumbnail. Um, it just looks so Drake and Josh to me. Like, do you remember like the part like at the very end where it's like, just them like chilling. Like I think it's like lawn chairs or something like that, and they're just life is great. Like life, they're high schoolers, teenagers, you know, swag. Whether you're stuck in a fucking fort, I don't know, but it gave that sort of vibe. But when we tear away from the random references that I keep making from time to time, although I'm sure there'll be one or two more, um, the power thing was quite sad, wasn't it? I mean, the way that he talked about power with or yeah, power. Aki didn't get a mention, Rip Bozo. At least I don't remember him getting a mention, but I'm sure he appreciated like him as well. But with power, he had almost a sister, brother sister like dynamic, and I'm sure he gravely, greatly like misses that like very, very much. And I think there's a bit of that in all of us, where I don't know if it's that inner kid but you miss how things used to be. So much of when you were younger, you cared so much about things that didn't matter. And it breaks my heart in terms of you'll never get that feeling again. I get it with video games nowadays, um, or just vividly new like experiences and stuff like that. You you miss the routine. You miss the people that you miss the people that made up that like event or that arc of your life in the way they interacted with it. And I think this is a interesting way of continuing to show how far Denji's come. A lot of these chapters have done a great job as to how I think he deserves a pat on the back. He's stumbled, fumbled, something bold all the way up to this point, and even just kind of going with the flow with Asa and Yoru. Um, I guess Yoru, since they haven't really changed back, um, almost in a similar way to how he did with Fumiko. Let him, right? Like I think he knows where some certain limitations are, and although we have these, like the end starts with more sexual advances again, I think it's really important that at this point he is like, although he's like shocked by it, based off the previous conversation, he's into it. And I think sometimes the want for sex, the want for intimacy is almost really like far down like bashed. Or similar to how I went about it last time, can almost be like a metaphor for actually wanting love, care, and infection. You don't want those. Affection. And the more I guess like we go into it, sure he probably wants that, but I think I think it's pretty normal for humans to want sex and to want aspects of it that are like aspects of life that um grow you as a person, right? Consensually and at the right age, it's a milestone for you. People celebrate losing their virginity. Um, and they also celebrate it in a sacred way at times. And I think he's just trying to get those wins on the board, and he he's gone from throw up kissing Himeno to having his life kind of shaked around. Not once, not twice. In fact, the more I go up, like there's just been so much. The guy just wants to fuck. Not just wants to fuck, but I think he wants a breather. He wants to do things that he enjoys. He's having food that he enjoys, right? Um, while also being respectful, I guess, towards Asa slash Yoru's like food preferences, since I don't think those pot stickers will probably have fish in them, but we'll we'll see Denji. And I know this Death Devil thing is really important. I know like I'm like 9 minutes in and that's the first like mention of it, but I hope that he gets some level, even if it's just briefly, of that feeling with Nayuta and the dogs again, where he is gonna have his wants and life is about its compromise. Alright? Back then with Nayuta and the dogs, he was able to go out to school and enjoy that to however extent he could. He can go on a date or dates with Asa Mitaka. Like, this is just a new chapter, and I think he's just testing the waters as to what's going on. So we'll we'll see. I was gonna say I don't really have too much, but I think like going into these chapters, I do try to go down tangents and take these avenues that I think people like reviewing these chapters don't really go down, because I think that's the brilliant part about Chainsaw Man. There are lots of things to kind of focus on at once. Some people are going to be focusing on the Death Devil stuff. Some people are going to be focusing on the references that they're making. Um, but it's just beautiful, and I've really I I don't know. I'm gonna have the feeling that I was just describing with the power thing and wanting to go back to those days. And I think we already have that feeling in the series so many times. I mean, me and my partner, Egan Media, I mean, we got together literally just before Choo Choo Levu Levu, that one, the Fumiko one. You know what I'm talking about. Wow. I don't know. I don't know. This chapter triggered a very good, like a feel good like vibe to it. And I'm sure Denji also right now feels pretty good.